catch all of these Pokemon.
Maybe the real child killer is parental neglect.
in the Pokemon universe. Well, we might have to put theories of the lore of Pokemon aside and get to this week's episode, shall we?
Oh yeah, I'd love to play my
Child killer.
Cobalt.
Child killing Cobalt.
That's the spirit.
What's worse than a killer? A child.
Oh,
A kobold.
A kobold.
there I go killing again. Last week you guys had set out from the Nautilus, the down Nautilus.
Nautiloid?
Nautiloid? Yes. Down Nautiloid. Last week you guys had set out from the down Nautiloid, where you decided that you'd make your way further north to a gem mine near Termalaine. The reason why you're doing this is that because the crashed Nautiloid needs something called a Psi Crystal to potentially get operational again and hopefully leave this place from the Illithids/Ceramorphs. They have a number of different names that pilot the ship. They endeared themselves enough to you to accept that particular quest, and they gave you a device that would help you track a Psi Crystal if you were within 5 kilometers. Not having
miles?
5 miles. Kilometers.
Perfect.
Who would
Thanks.
use it?
Not even once.
What was that, Tim?
I said perfect, thanks. Moving on. What else happened?
So you guys set out. The only lead you really had was the gem mine, and you were trying to make your way to the 10 trail so you could head towards Bryn Shander. However, you found yourself trapped in some sort of transmuted landscape from a creature who was attacking you from a lot of places unseen. You managed to evade and escape the creature, only to find yourself at night time at the crossroads of a river near where the 10 trail would be, which is where we left last week.
And the Mist Man?
That's yes.
Spooky Mist Man.
Spooky Mistman was the person who was as far as you can tell creating the transmuted terrain.
Bobby Mistman, they call him.
Mr. Spooks-a-lot.
Mr. Spooks-a-lot.
I feel like he might have a scarier name than Mr. Spooks-a-lot.
Nah,
David.
David.
What was
David Spooks-a-lot.
the joke with the Slender Man games, like Pee Pee Poo Poo Man?
Oh god.
Really
Let's leave some air of mystery, shall we, about the scary thing in the fog.
He really put the mist in mystery.
He did. But you guys are out. And what do you do? Where do you want to go?
So we're at the crossroad down near where all the rivers meet, the Red Run and
10 trails.
the other river.
Yeah, so
The other one.
where the river sort of forks into two from the Red Run. Yes.
All right.
Which is close. I mean, at a pretty good guess, you'd say you're not far from the trail itself.
Cool. Well, we just book it north along the trail.
So you want to continue?
So across the river?
Yes, you'll need to cross the river, and I will say if you're looking to book it north, it won't take you very long since you're familiar enough with the area to find the trail and pick up towards Bryn Shander.
Yeah!
Now, it is nighttime now. When you left, it was... When did you leave? I think it was midday-ish.
Yeah,
I think
it
that's what you
was
said,
a little
yeah.
after midday.
So it seems that you've lost a bit of time in Mistman's domain.
I liked it.
I'm glad at least one person around the table liked it. Thank you, Tim. All right. So you begin heading north. Along the way.
He's rolling a d4 to see which one of us dies.
Shit.
Power word kill.
I think you'll find I have 101 hit points.
You wish. All right. About towards the end of your journey, as Bryn Shander in the distance, you can see it as a speck on the horizon. What you do see, crawling across the night sky, as it does every night, the aurora. It is clearly midnight as you're approaching Bryn Shander.
Now, we know that this place is not renowned for being very welcoming at night. Is that true? Or 'cause we had difficulty last time during the day, didn't we?
Yeah, they do normally close up at night.
They're the ones who are surrounded with the big wall, right? The
Correct.
gate. But what choice do we have? I mean,
Well, you could skirt the town and continue on. So, right now, it's late at night and you're starting to feel tired. You can press on past that. Obviously, you won't get the benefits of a long rest or anything like that, and you would be pushing into what we call exhaustion levels as you continue on, if you want to keep doing that. Of course, time is of the essence, because you know that you only have a limited amount of time. That being said, you gave them extra time with the power of the cold crystal.
How much further would it be to get to Targos?
It's a pretty short journey. Between Bryn Shander and Targos, it might only be a couple hours. And then for Termalaine, it'll be another few more. So either you could look at trying to get into the city here and rest, or rest on the road, off to the side. Obviously, you've got a contact in the House of the Morning Lord in Bryn Shander. You could try and set out in the morning. Or you could press on now and just go through the night. Not get any of your spells and abilities back, or your health recovery. You might rest for a short period of time, but you'd be making better time along the way.
So just to recap, so we spoke to the Nautiloids this morning. So
As far as
that
you're
was like
aware.
12 hours ago.
As far as you're aware.
Sounds ominous.
it's a perpetual mist that we were trapped in for 3 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you guys didn't hear about Termalaine? Yeah,
like
it got
that-
nuked.
It's like that show.
She's got straight up nuked.
You're lucky you're in that mist.
Do we want to find... Well, do we want to, like, approach the gates, check and make sure that they're closed, and if not, push on a couple of extra hours and see if we can't get to Targos?
At least we asked the gatesman what year it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should at least try to get into Bryn Shander, and if they give us a cold reception, then perhaps we have no choice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have no hit die left, so I wouldn't mind a long rest.
Yeah, I think we all could go with one.
I miss my spell slots.
I mean, yeah, and these are all decisions you guys need to make. So, what's the choice, guys? Approach the town, city.
I think approach the town.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So it's only maybe another 20 odd minutes further because it's in the distance, but you're traveling pretty fast by dog sled, and you eventually come up on Bryn Shander through towards the southwest gate. If you remember that circular city.
Svieta, did you run out of animal slots?
Assuming that I was
whatever
not
those things are.
wild shapes.
That's it.
Animal slots. It's like spell slots.
How's your animal
For
slots
animals.
looking? That's
Sorry.
nope.
Assuming that I was not able to take a short rest at all during that journey, I have none.
Let's say no because you were pushing on.
Yeah, because I think I remember you saying you were out. That was your last one.
Yep. No, I'm completely out.
So you're up on the sled.
Yep.
You approach the town, and as I said, you get to the southwest gate. It is closed currently.
Any lights at the top? Scanning the top of the wall. Any figures?
Make a perception check.
I'll perceive. Watch this.
I will assist.
Okay.
I'm going to
Thanks.
pull the spear out and cast light on the tip of it, so it's
Okay.
like a walking stick as well as like a lamp so that they can see us.
Sure.
Carnelian will also attempt a perception.
Here, have a pat on the back.
Thank you. Is that a
That's
guidance pat on the back?
That's a D4 pat on the back, baby.
Ooh, that's a pretty good pat on the back. 14.
14.
15.
15.
That was with advantage, courtesy. Yeah, I just took the advantage because I'm greedy.
Okay.
And for
Okay.
experience.
All right. So from that perception, all you can see is along the top of the battlements is you can see some regular interval torches, fairly bright, that like dot the obvious walkway along there. It doesn't look like they're moving, so they're not being held by someone. It looks like they're statically placed. If people are walking around up there, they're probably walking between the lights. You don't see any movement at this stage. You do know that there is some sort of bell type, like a pull bell near the door that you could use to grab attention, and then you've also got that light as well.
You know I'm going for that bell.
Oh, yeah. Hit it.
Hit the
Alright.
bell.
The bell rings out. It has been fairly quiet, and after about 10 minutes or so, you hear someone approach the battlements directly above you. Who goes there?
It's Wodun and gang.
Who?
What? Never mind. We're adventurers traveling through. We've returned to Bryn Shander for a night, seeking shelter.
Bryn Shander's closed after dark. Why should I let you in?
Because we are adventurers, and we've been out adventuring, and I'm injured. And why would you not let us in?
Dangerous to let folk in that we don't know.
Well, if you come out, I'll introduce myself, you introduce yourself, and we'll know each other.
Sounds like a trap to me.
Please. Sorry, go.
No, you finish. Sorry. No, you finish.
Is there like a little, like, you know how in,
Like a slot.
yeah, like
to
a
peek
little
through.
slot thing to peek through?
No, there isn't. You don't see one, at least anywhere nearby. The person's calling down from up on top.
Can he see me?
So he looks like he's backlit by a torch, so you can't see his face, it's in shadow. And with your light, you would assume that he can see you.
I'll kind of like open my cloak a bit so that he can see that I haven't. The only weapon is the spear/light, and I'll gesture to a cut on my arm or something, like missing a fair chunk of hit points, and kind of like I'm leaning into my rustic hospitality feat,
Okay.
where I can seek shelter from commoners and things, and appealing to the fact that, you know, he's a guard and we're out doing hard work out here, sort of thing.
Okay. Is there anyone that wants to also pitch in, say anything?
I would like to. I didn't write it down, but who's my main girl
Michonne?
at the house of the Morning Lord? Wasn't it?
Is it Michonne?
Michonne, yeah. I've written everything but her name down, yeah. I'd like to say that Michonne of the House of the Morning Lord.
Jen is on top of it.
Hell yeah, I reckon. Amazing. Will vouch for us.
Okay, so you're making an appeal that someone in the city knows you?
Well, yeah. Plus, the if they really want, they can. What was it? Speaker Devessa.
Okay.
We could appeal to Speaker Devessa as well, because we've had
Yes.
dealings with her.
Sure. Anyone else want to say anything further, or just leave it at that?
No, Carnelian is not going to draw attention to himself.
Same. Same.
Alright, so you guys are standing back in the shadow a bit. Okay, I'd like you to make either one of you, whether it's Horacio or Wodun, make me a persuasion check with advantage, please. Because of all those factors.
I'm not sure
I thought you
how
were
persuasive
taking
you might be, Wodun, but
Quite.
I feel like the Warlock is the better choice.
yeah.
The high charisma character?
Ooh, 17.
17.
Nice.
He stops for a moment. Wait, are you that group that came through and talked to Devessa several days ago?
Yes, that's us.
You helped the Black Iron Blades bring some iron into town?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Open the gate! And you start hearing the click and whir of chains and gears as the gate starts to open. And the man disappears from the top. Eventually the gate opens, it's very slow, and you start walking into the city. And the man, as you do, a man steps off the battlements and he approaches you. Sorry about that. Can't be too careful after dark. Close it up again.
My good man, I completely understand. What's your name?
My name is Sheriff Markham Southwell.
Markham Southwell. That's a name I'm not going to forget.
Yes, well, I hope so.
Search for a paper and a quill.
Carnelian hands you a pen.
Thank you. What was that? Markwell.
Markham Southwell.
Markham Southwell. Thank you.
Yes, I run the watch here in the town. Sorry, we didn't actually meet last time you were coming through. You guys seem to have been wrapped up in a couple of things, and I didn't see you before you left town, but I've heard about you.
I'm not surprised.
If it was anyone else, I don't think we would have let them in this late.
Well, is there any lodgings that are open tonight that would be still accepting travelers?
Well, you've been in town before, right?
Yes.
You could try your hand at the North Look, the tavern and inn by the North Gate. Of course, if you know Michonne, they might put you up in the House of the Morning Lord as well. other than that, there's limited lodgings at this time of night. You understand?
I think we just try and do what we did last time. Did we all stay? Well, actually, no. I think last time, didn't we all stay at the house of the Morning Lord last time? Like everyone?
Yeah, we did.
You did.
Yeah, it might be a bit much at midnight.
There is a gnome there as well.
Ah, yes, Copper Nobanoka.
But you
Good
also
friend
have
of yours, Carnelian, if I recall correctly.
That is certainly a word.
I would say acquaintance.
Horacio laughs.
And then he looks behind you and he sees now for the first time both Carnelian and Svieta coming through. And he gives you guys a bit of a side eye, but he doesn't say anything.
That's alright.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go back to my patrol. Doing a walk with the lads tonight.
Classic lads walk. Thank you very much, Captain Markswell. Sheriff Markswell.
Close enough.
Well, before we enter the city, and I don't think we've had time to ask you, Carnelian, but can you prestidigitate our blood off? I don't think the city will accept that.
Lucky it's a bit dark.
No, there was no need for it on the travels, but...
Yeah, let me just, wave a hand. Just,
and probably on Horatio as well.
Yeah, well... we shared a lot of blood.
Yeah.
some, blood on, blood off.
Thank you.
Yes. Off to the North Gate Tavern, I think.
Okay.
North Look.
So
But Northgate's just down the road.
I wrote North Gate Tavern as the name of it because I forgot what it was called, but I knew where it was.
It is the Inn and Tavern by the North Gate, but it is called the North Look. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we in the south?
You are in the south, so you have
Okay.
to travel across the whole city, which will take a bit of time with the sleds and dogs and that kind of stuff.
We should bypass Skeens. Just
You could
completely give that a wide berth.
He
in
might be
bed.
sleeping.
Skeen goes to bed at 5.
I don't believe you.
He might also not be sleeping.
Absolutely should go around.
My friends, I see you over there. Okay, so you want to bypass Skeens and you want to head to the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, you head there, and whilst it is quite late at night, I'd say by the time you get across the city, you're looking closer to 1 o'clock in the morning. You guys are tired. If you were to progress any further from here, I'd say you have to take a level of exhaustion.
We can't even get up the stairs. Exhausted.
That's it.
Yes, because if you mark exhaustion on your sheet, it says no stairmaster.
No step.
Break out the levitate spells.
That's not bad.
Despite it being probably now 1:30 in the morning, you approach the North Look after trekking across town, and you can see lights are still on. You can still hear sounds from inside.
Alright.
Let's do it. Lodgings, etc.
I'll stay with the dogs.
We could probably put them up.
Oh,
Night.
while you're getting a room.
Oh, right. Of course, that's what you meant, of course.
So you're going to wrangle...
Sorry, just go.
Laughs in Horatio.
So natural.
Is there something wrong with my laugh?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, thank you. We'll go and get some rooms.
Has Horatio always laughed like that?
I don't think Horatio has laughed.
This is the first time.
I'm a very solemn member of the clergy.
Okay, so Svieta is dealing with the dogs. There is a stables, so you can deal with that. You head inside, and whilst it's not as busy as when you were last in here, there are still a few people drinking, a few people singing, a couple of people around a giant stuffed fish near a fireplace central to the establishment.
Fucking thing.
And you can see the bartender who's off to the side. Actually, rather than frantically serving a bunch of people, he seems to just be cleaning glasses.
Is it just the one glass?
He's like
Is it just your classic?
classic.
Is he cleaning the same glass as the last time?
Yeah, you know.
It's the same. He has one tankard for everyone.
That's how I imagine all barkeeps when they're not. They're either getting worked off their feet,
Yep.
or they're polishing a single tankard.
Yep, and puts it down, picks the same one up, polishes it again. He doesn't look otherwise preoccupied, and he sees you come in, and he sort of does that little head nod, yeah.
It's going to translate real well on a podcast.
That's why I said.
It was like a sup, like a reverse nod. You went up and went sup.
That's why I went.
To really emphasise the inverse nod.
The inverse nod.
I think if you had to put a noise to the nod, it'd be like,
Oh, that's the more polite version.
I'll
mostly-
head over to him.
Okay.
Carnelian's going to hop up onto a bar stool.
So, I assume the three of you approach the bar. He looks at all of you and goes, "Just come into town for the night."
Yes, we've just got back. You look like you recognise us, yes?
Absolutely not.
Well, we're looking for some rooms.
I see.
We need 4 beds.
4 beds. Yeah, I can do one big common room if you want. It's pretty much the only one I got left.
Could be a bit of fun.
Perfect.
Alright. 5 silver for the night. From you said 4 beds, so you got 4, I only see 3 of you.
One of us is out putting the dogs in the stable.
yeah, we require lodgings and food for our
dogs.
dogs.
Then I'll need another silver for the dog's food, another 5 copper for the dog's lodgings. Bring your total to 6 silver and 5 copper.
How much for breakfast and
You got this, Horatio?
Classic. You killed me. Truly.
Carnelian's already just counting out. It's like, 1, 2, 3. It's just 6 silver, and we'll call it a. You can keep the change.
Alright. And he just swipes it off the counter and just flicks you a key.
All right. Does someone want to go get Svieta, and we can just
I'll head out
Donk down.
and bring her in. Yep.
Okay. You head out, and what you see when you go to grab Svieta is Svieta looks like you are in a heated conversation with a stable boy.
Oh, okay.
And he says, "You can't bring an owlbear in here!
Well, that's too bad. I'm going to.
It's not allowed! They're supposed to be dogs! Or horses at least!
He's as tame as a dog. Don't worry.
I do not believe you! Them buggers will have your fingers off!
Well, young man, how old are you?
I'm at least between 5 and 12!
What is going on out here? Who
This-
are you?
Tiny cretin won't let me park owlbear in here.
It's not
I
his
take
first
exception to
time
that.
here.
What?
We've been here before. It's not our first time. We've left the owlbear here before. Just ask the proprietor.
I think that's a lie!
Go and ask him. We'll wait.
Alright! And he leaves the 2 of you. He
Gross.
starts running off into the bar.
5 to 12-year-olds, am I right?
Can't live with them. Yep.
No, I'm not going to do it again. I've done it too many times. You're really funny, Svieta.
No,
I
thanks.
forgot what I sounded like when I laughed. It's been a while, you see.
Yeah, it's a new experience to hear from you, but yeah, I get a bit loopy when we're sleepy.
Don't we all?
I hope that child doesn't come back.
Well, he won't. Shall we put him in and get in?
Yeah, of course.
You stable the dogs and Otto.
Can I put a bag on Otto's head?
Like a bag of shame?
No, like
Sack.
how they do with falcons, so they know it's
Sure.
Oh, wow. I wonder,
And
yeah.
you do so, and he sits down and goes, honk, shoo.
just
Honk.
falls to his side.
Instantly asleep.
What gas did you put in that bag? He's out.
A little bit of nicotine.
I think you may have invented a new field of medicine. Let's call it anesthetics.
I like it. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yes,
mother
I
of fantasy.
definitely just invented that word.
The mother of fantasy anesthetics is
There
fed
you
up.
go. And that night, anesthetics was born.
Plus, when he's asleep like that, he kind of looks like a dog, so he won't know.
If I were to do a procedure on him, would he get up?
Try it.
I pull out a scalpel.
Oh god, where is this going?
Sveta's eyes just gleam.
And then I look at Svieta and I say, no. And then I put it away. And then I'm going inside.
No, you're a bit of a jokester this late at night. Let's go in.
I know, I'm very tired.
You head in, and the bartender says, "You owe me 2 more silver to stable an owlbear."
No, it's not an owlbear.
The stable boy was pretty adamant there was an owlbear out there.
Remember, I got -1 to charisma. He's
also-
lying.
And he just holds out his hand.
And you know, like when you get tired, they say you hit like 0.05 in your blood alcohol limit just from being tired. I think we're at about 0.1 or 0.2 now.
Are you talking about the Boulder's Shepherd out there?
Yeah.
That's not an owlbear.
No, you would believe a child over me.
If I go out there and there's an owlbear, it'll cost you a gold.
No, there's dogs and a dog with a bag on his head.
Please don't make him charge us a gold piece. I like my gold.
Horatio just thinks it's hilarious because he doesn't have any money anyway.
Put it this way, 2 silver now or 1 gold in the morning if I catch it.
What about the extra silver?
2. I said 2 silver.
I like how we're wagering on the existence of an owlbear that we own.
Okay.
I don't like betting against us.
Yeah, that's
We
probably
better
not
get
the
up early.
It's not the smart idea. Look, okay, sir, look, 2 silver for you.
He takes the 2 silver and he mutters something under his breath. And then suddenly he shouts, Hoist boy! Get out there and stable that damn owlbear!
I'm sorry, is his name Hoist Boy?
Hoist boy! Hoist boy! Hoist boy! Oh, mister, I don't want to touch an owlbear!
He's fine, he has a bag on his head.
What the hell kind of thing is that?
Don't touch him.
He's been sacked. Just leave him. We put him to sleep.
We anesthetized him.
Well, Dad said something about getting something in the sack. Is it the same thing?
Yes.
So you want me to get out there and get in the sack with the owlbear? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes, if that's your thing, but no.
We need to get some more gas first.
Can you just show us to our rooms, please?
You head to this big common room that that Carnelian got the key for. You pile in. It's not a pretty room for the amount that you spent on it. It's pretty dingy, and at least it's clean enough and warm enough.
I think you'll find that prestidigitation says that there is the room is spotless after a minute or 2.
There is limits to what prestidigitation can do in this circumstance.
Mr. Sheen can only do so much.
You just prestidigitate a bald man in a white t-shirt and pants, just scrubbing the floor.
No, that's what minor illusion is.
You use minor illusion to summon Mr. Sheen.
Mr. Sheen?
Mr. Sheen.
No, I'm not summoning Mr. Skeen.
Oh, Mr. Sheen!
It's not happening.
God, we'll be here all day if he had to
If I
clean it
gave
up.
you a spell to summon Skeen. Alright,
I'd burn my spell book.
you don't have a spell book. Okay, you sleep the night. No interruptions, you can get your long rest in.
Where's that long rest button? Give me that long rest
So
button.
refresh. When I wake up, can I look over at Wodun to make sure he's still in one piece?
Sure can.
I mean, it's a valid
I
concern.
want to make sure it's not a Wodun shish kebab or something.
Okay.
Wodun's lying on his back, like looking at his pecs, and he's like making them dance. He's like, oh, you're up too. Hi, Svieta.
Hi, good morning.
Why are you looking at me?
Just making sure. I'm not ogling, if that's what you think, but I'm just
no,
making sure you're okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, no dreams, no wizards in my sleep again.
What's the chest dance?
Oh, there was a fly. I had to get it off, and I didn't want to move my hands. I was seeing if I could do it.
I want to roll another insight check.
You can do whatever you want.
But again,
Oh god, it's awful.
You know how these go, right? Like,
7 on insight.
go on, roll
So
the
what
bluff.
is
I want to see
thing?
I want to see the third natural 20 on a bluff against a party member.
Oh, it's a natural one.
Oh,
I was gonna say I bought these dice because you know how you always buy lucky dice.
Yeah.
These are the dice that you got me, and I was like, maybe this will change my luck, but apparently not. I'm
so
still
sorry.
rolling ones on them.
oh dear.
You had a couple good rolls on it earlier.
I rolled an 11. I have a pretty big
Well, for you, that's a
Persuasion.
massive upgrade. Isn't it?
Persuasion or deception?
persuasion. The earlier roll
Oh,
that I succeeded on.
Yeah, you are very persuasive.
It's true. I don't know what...
I'm not getting. No, there's nothing more towards that.
I mean, you know that I was just watching my
Yeah.
pecs jiggle.
You loved it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so Horatio sort of stirs and wakes at the sound of this exchange as well, and looks over at Svieta and sees her looking at Wodun's pecs and sort of just rolls over again.
I just look over. I was like, oh, no, it's not like that at all.
It's only natural.
Why do you keep lying about just the most asinine things?
Not the ones.
I don't know, to be honest. You caught me doing an embarrassing thing, and I was trying to get out of it.
Look, that's fair. You have to stop with the lies.
Look, this place was really expensive, and you know what? I think we should take all the shampoos. I think it's one of these places where you just take everything you can. Because he charges a lot of money for these shit rooms.
And the conditioner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've already got that.
Oh, okay.
It's the first thing I grab. Look at this hair, please.
It's beautiful. We should probably wake the others and get out of here before they notice all the lack of shampoo.
Yeah, good idea.
Put my tail on your face. Good morning.
I'm awake.
Okay. Carnelian.
Carnelian has constructed a small tent on top of the bed out of the blankets.
Even when we take him here, he's still nested.
Reminds me of... I didn't make a nest, I'm not a bird.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
that's
remember if I made
right.
the recording or after the recording. But
It made the recording.
it did?
Oh,
Yeah.
what is it? Everyone blew in your nest. I am clearly a man of the world.
Carnelian, are you awake?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to come out of your nest?
It's cold. Hold on a sec.
I can cast a bonfire on you, but
No, please don't.
Whoa.
it might be a bit too hot. Okay, well, let's go have
Brekkie,
breakfast.
yeah, Brekkie, then off to Termalaine.
Okay. What I'm going to say is that because you guys came in pretty late at night, so normally if you take the idea of a long rest to its conclusion, you'd have to wait about 8 hours. I'm going to say you guys are on a bit of an urgent timescale. Maybe you woke up at around 6 o'clock in the morning, and over the course of you having breakfast, getting ready to go, and getting sorted, that's about 8 hours, and that'll include the rest, right?
Perfect.
But it means you're setting out probably around 8 till going toward 9 in the morning. So you already have a late start on the day.
It is what it is. We needed the time to get in. But didn't you say, I think it'll take approximately 5 hours to get to Termalaine from here?
It should be, so you've got actually...
Oh, no, it's 2 then 5 or something.
Yeah, you've got a 2 to 2.5 hours to Targus, which is on the way towards Termalaine, as far as you can see on your map. Is anyone familiar with this side of the 10 towns?
Definitely not.
Nope.
No, I don't think anyone is. So, yeah, as far as you can see on the map, it's a couple hours to Targos. Actually, I've got an overland thing.
Just because we are on a time limit, is it worth maybe not just skipping? Because we already kind of did do this trek before where we just skip north out of the north gate and just meet back up with a 10 trail after a bit of off-road.
You do know that off-road will be a bit tougher going as well?
Could there be the chance of coming across the widow as well? Isn't that the path that she took? And
The
then we
Verbeeg.
lost the Verbeeg, yeah. And we lost her in there, didn't
She
we?
went north from the east way.
Oh, true. Much of a muchness.
Take you a couple hours to get to Targus, and then another, say, 3 to 4 hours to get to Termalaine from Targus. So you're looking about 6 hours ahead of you right now if you take the beaten path.
But it would cut off time if we just went directly north.
It'd be quicker, but it would also be rougher, harder going, and potentially you could run into wildlife on the way there or other
Rough or
dangers.
smooth?
How much time would it cut off? Approximately.
I would have to make you do a survival check if you're taking that way, and if you fail that survival check, it'll take you longer. If you pass it, I'll cut an hour off the journey time.
Do we want to risk it?
I think so. I can give one of you guys a helping hand.
I can
Whoever
play
wants to do it.
I can play my pathfinding song specifically for finding the path.
Can you really?
Is that a
Bardic
thing?
Inspiration.
Oh.
Hey,
Is
that was good.
That's a 6 or an 8?
It's a 6 at the moment.
Okay, so let's say one person does a survival check. You guys head off straight north from Bryn Shander, looking to hit the road eventually.
Svieta, I don't know these parts. Have you travelled this far north?
No, I've never been over here. But if it's anything like the rough parts of Goodmead, it might be something similar.
Do you think it would be worth taking the rough path?
Let's find out. Ooh.
If you do this check, if you pass it, cutting an hour. If you fail it, you're adding 2 hours.
So you have bardic inspiration and guidance.
And I'm going to shift.
Can someone help her so she has advantage?
I'm shifting, so that'll give me advantage on all my wisdom all my wisdom checks.
Do you have shift slots?
I got 1.
Okay.
It's per short rest, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration was a D6.
D6.
I'm going to let you know now. DC I've got for this is DC 15. So
Easy.
not
Easy
easy
money.
check.
Whoa.
Doesn't count.
Oh, does it?
Well, that's a 19.
Oh, wow.
That yields 29.
15, yeah.
That's without guidance as well.
Damn.
Didn't even roll the d4.
That's alright, I didn't even touch your shoulder anyway.
Hang on, let's Horacio, can you touch me?
Wait, what?
Oh no! There's on guidance.
Yeah, good luck.
32.
Boom!
Well,
That's massive.
to be fair,
She's Destiny's child. She's a survivor.
now given that I've already established that you can't use guidance or the bardic inspiration for hour-long checks, it's a good thing you rolled well either way. You head straight north and have managed to cut through the wilderness, picking up the trail again along the way.
Nice shortcut, Svieta.
Thank you.
You don't run into any wildlife on the way,
Well, almost jinxed it.
and you pick up the road halfway between Targus and Termalaine.
Hell yeah.
You head to Termalaine, and as you crest a hill on the road, which will then dip down into the this sort of large town but sort of small city, what you see in front of you is almost picturesque. You see a dockside town on a river that's not even frozen, and the reaches of its docks.
Is that liquid?
Sloping down across this almost sleepy town, you can see the woods in the distance and a slight, very ethereal mist that seems to be slowly rolling across the lonely wood. The only thing that sort of breaks your this sort of amazing view is the sudden rush of cold wind that picks up as you crest the hill, and you can feel yourself freezing to the bitter bone.
Classic crest rush.
You're familiar?
No. Joking.
What a beautiful view.
This is gorgeous.
It really
Why
is.
the hell is this lake not frozen? It's far smaller than Luckdinashire. No, it
Yeah.
isn't. It's bigger.
Maybe it's the
Why
salt
did I say
content.
that? Because I looked at the map.
Maybe it's the salt content.
It is closer to the ocean.
I've never seen the ocean.
You approach.
Well, I'm very sorry for you, but one day I'll take you to my town, Svieta, and I'll show you the lake. It's very nice, and we have another dog there now, so, there's that.
What's his name?
Simon.
Jeffrey and Simon.
I got word that my family acquired a new dog by the name of Simon, just before I actually headed north, so, yes, he's a 2-year-old, full of life. I look forward to meeting him.
So cute.
By all accounts, he's adorable.
Is it a big city that we see in front of us?
It's fairly large. Also, I love that you're setting up your own tragic backstory without me even doing anything, so that's fantastic.
Don't do anything to Simon.
I've already lost 2 other dogs.
2?
Please don't follow this up.
Jeff and then and what did I call him again?
It's Jeffrey.
Bruce? There was Jeffrey.
Was there another
Roger?
dog? Are there more dead dogs in your past?
No, but I think I accidentally called Jeffrey Roger once.
What?
It's just the one, and it's Jeffrey, and you'll never replace Jeffrey. So good luck, Simon. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Sorry, Zimma, you had something.
I was just gonna, please don't follow this up with a story about how you're gonna retire after this adventure.
Gonna go raise Simon.
One last quest.
I was 1 week from retirement. This town is fairly large. What you can see as you're on your way in is that there's a fairly active and busy dockside hub. Like it looks like you can see sailors, you can see merchants that line the docks. Obviously, boats going out to fish on the luck. You can even see one of the docks seems to be dedicated to sort of like launching ships. You can see like up on there's a dry dock right above it that then launches into the water into a long dock that goes there as well. And then the town sort of springs back from there.
Just as we're getting closer, I'll pull out the little device that we got from the Nordloid.
Ooh.
Is it going off at all?
That is a good question. As you're walking into town, Svieta, you pull out what do I call it? The Psi
Crystal.
The Psi Crystal Anator.
Psi Crystal, yeah.
Psi Crystal detector.
And what you hear from it is ever so faint ticking sound.
What is that annoying ticking sound?
I think it means it's working.
And in fact, you do realise that is what they said. That's what would happen.
It's making a noise.
Well, that's promising, isn't it? Okay, let's get in there.
We should
5 miles from here.
Within. We should ask somewhere where the gem mine is, because...
Well, funny you should say that. Because as you're coming in, I'm going to assume you're taking the main road in. Are you turning towards the docks, or are you going further to... Where else are you going in town? Where would you be heading for?
We could either go straight for the gem mine, or we could go to Speaker Matthew.
Matthew?
I think talking to the speaker might be a good idea. He might be able to
Yeah.
offer us an additional reward if we can help with the mine problem.
Yes, you mean the mine that was occupied by kobolds?
Yeah.
Kobold problem.
Is there signage to point out where the town hall might be?
You don't see anything where you are right now.
Hey, you commoner.
Well, funny you guys should say. So as you guys are approaching this end of town, what you see is a boy wrapped in heavy winter clothes shouts the news of the day as people pass by. When you approach, the boy cries, "Extra, extra, read all about it. The Gemstone mine is closed because of the monsters.
Sounds promising.
Extra, extra, read all about it. The Gemstone mine is closed because of the That's a monster!" And he points at Chameleon.
Oh,
Hey, he's not a monster.
Excuse me. I am not a monster.
"I don't believe you," is what he says.
How much for a newspaper, kid?
"I know I said read. I might have lied a little bit. I'm just shouting the news at the time.
I just yelled facts.
You're just full of crap, aren't you?
As soon as people walk by, I just yell at them and just tell them what's going on. It's my job, you see.
Will you tell us where the mine is?
Or what's your worth to you, governor?" Thinks this terrible British accent is courtesy of me.
Carnelian will, like, make a gesture of, like, putting hands, like, on top of pockets, and then just be like, and then, like, pull out, like, little, like, threadbare foods, like, maybe, like, I could spare, like, 5 copper.
I'll tell you what, you little 5 to 12-year-old kid.
Oi, I'm at least 14!
I'll tell you a secret. This is a monster.
Oh,
And if you don't tell us where the mine is,
No.
Sounds like something I should tell an adult about.
Absolutely not.
go on.
No monsters
I'll hit a
here.
kid. I don't give a shit.
I do not condone this course of action.
If you don't point us in the right direction,
I will be leaving soon.
the monster might find you in your sleep.
I don't even like the taste of human.
May or may not. I can't confirm. This is not a threat. I'm forewarning you.
Facts.
It's a fact, yes.
Well, this value proposition for me is quite poor.
Wow, this kid's done his economics.
Perhaps you should talk to Speaker Matthew.
Where?
You could find him at the loan.
Jesus.
Sorry,
5 to 12-year-old has stopped
the
working.
accent stopped working. He's got haywire scuff. What am I going to do? I think I am permanent.
Everyone stand back, he's gonna blow.
Like a robot who's programming his like Like just. You're about to explode?
I shouldn't have threatened this little weirdo.
No. He was not programmed to handle that query.
Alright, roll for initiative.
What the fuck?
You can find him at the Blue Clam, I think I saw him.
What do you think of Matthew?
Matthew?
What do you think of Matthew? You got any issue with
He's a
Matthew?
bit of a dog.
He's a bit of a dog.
Yeah, my dad says he don't like him.
Well, if you don't like him, he's probably a great bloke, just quietly.
I think that kind of political discourse is not really what we should be here for.
You're a very well-spoken 14-year-old, I must say.
I follow the newspaper. Oh, no, wait, I don't!
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's racist to call people monsters.
I don't own a glass house, Gov.
I'll throw 2 coppers to him.
Don't give this tiny child money. He doesn't deserve it.
He's probably being paid to, like, shout out propaganda anyway.
Yeah, it's me job.
Fuck off.
Anyway, where's the Blue Oyster Cult?
The Blue Clam. It's a Dockside Tavern you can find.
Oh, yes, that.
If you keep going north on the docks there, Gov, you'll find it.
Thanks, Gov.
That's not my name.
Hey, child, put this bag on your head.
Oh, thank you for this. I needed to sleep.
What are these Skyrim NPCs? You like put a bucket on their head and get past them.
Yeah. Easy.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go to the Blue Clam.
So you guys start heading along the docks because that's going to be the easiest way to find this place.
Carnelian is going to take that boy as a sign and stay, like, seated
Inside.
down inside the wagon.
Hood up, I think, Carnelian, unfortunately.
We have an inside, don't we? Like you can go inside the sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could burrow yourself in there. So you,
There's 2 of you in there last time.
Oh yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what precautions are you taking then? So you're just going to burrow into the sled?
He's going to, like, hood, big hat.
Where did you get the big hat from?
Carnelian always had a hat.
Oh, that's news to me. Okay, big hat, hood. Ready to go, I suppose. You start heading your way along the docks, and you can see this is obviously like the lifeblood of this town. With the river not frozen over, you can see what some of these towns might look like in one of their more heyday. But every time you're like walking along and you sort of start getting this almost calming presence of this town, like it's beautiful. The obviously the influences on all the buildings, like all the carvings and stuff into the wooden structures, as far as anyone can tell, if they're a bit learned, is Calishite. You can see carvings in there of djinn and homunculi, tigers, things like that, like these sort of fantastical things. And this just like, you think of like some of those like those villages in Europe where like they're absolutely picturesque towns in front of like a lake. That's what this looks like. But every time you think that's like that about it, this wind just whips across the docks and just, it is absolutely chilling and you have to like cover up. Eventually, you make your way to what looks like a tavern. And outside you can see, hanging on the signboard, there is a blue clam. And you can see there's 2 bundled up humanoids talking to one another. And when they see you, one of them waves in a friendly manner and says, "You seem entirely too prepared for trouble. Are you here about the mine?"
We are.
The bundled figure that waved to you pulls down his hood, and you can see what looks like a half-orc man who's been addressing you. He looks like he's got some grey trending to white hair pulled back in like a man bun on the back of his head, and you can see the very distinct lower tusks sort of teeth that come out just in front of his lip as he addresses you, green skin and all. "You're here about the mine then?"
We are. We're looking for the speaker, but you look like a man who should be in charge. Are you the speaker?
Aye, I'm Speaker on Earth Matthew.
It's a pleasure. I've heard all about you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Who told you?
Oh, everyone talks about you. Everyone south of Bryn Shander.
Aye, now I knew you're lying.
I'll lean in close to word and be like, I'm pretty sure it was Copper that told us about him.
Copper Nobunaga. May have been.
Ah, well, there you go. It was Copper. My memory is not great.
Yeah, do you know Copper?
Never heard of him in my life.
What about Mashan? Have you heard of the House of the Morning Lord?
Vaguely somewhere in Bryn Shander.
Have you considered Kellamvor by any chance? And stop, no, I'm just kidding. We actually are here for the mine.
Aye, good.
We hear you have an issue with some unwanted occupants.
Good. The three of you look pretty tough.
We are. We're as tough as 4.
Our effective battle capacity is about 4.
Yes.
I see. Well, if you must know, the mine has recently been abandoned by the miners. Some kobolds have gotten in and routed them out.
Damn kobolds. I don't know.
The worst.
I know, bloody nesters.
Can you tell me, are they aggressive? Did they kill anyone? What is their aim, do you know? Do you know why they're here?
I don't really know. But fortunately, no one's been killed at this stage. But kobolds are too dangerous for the miners to deal with. Also, there is the slight problem that one of the miners went missing a few days before the kobolds showed up. Prompting the other ones, they fear that there's some monster that's crawled up from the Underdark in the mines.
What's the name of the man who disappeared?
Because what was the other thing we were here for?
There is a cabin up in the Lonely Woods.
Oh.
I think the first time you guys heard about this was when you were in Bryn Shander at the bar there, and you heard about that they were having trouble with the mine. But that's all that you'd really heard at this stage.
So, the name of the man?
I wish you hadn't have asked me again. His name was Farouk Swindler.
Wow. That sounds made up. It's not someone that we're looking for, I
It's
don't
a
believe.
genuine name. I just think he's fallen down the shaft to his death.
Farouk Swindler.
Yep.
Sorry.
Is that
Write
with-
that down, it'll be important later.
Is that with or without a D?
It's with a K.
Where?
Somewhere at the end of Farouk.
Oh,
It fell down a shaft as
I
well.
mean Swindler.
Oh, that's with a G.
Swingler.
Yeah, but the G is silent.
so this creature that came up from the Underdark, did anyone describe it at all?
As I said.
Don't know where this accent's going, but
Yeah, it sounds like you're putting me on with that accent. As I said, I don't believe it. I think he's just fell down the shaft. You're never going to find a body on that once that happens.
Well, luckily, we're here now,
Aye.
and we will do our best to find this body, because we're heading straight to the mine, believe it or not.
Hey, all right. Well, I could lead you to the trail that goes to the mine if you want.
Please.
I could accompany, and then as he says like that sentence, I could accompany you. Like the man next to him, like just starts like shouting at him, like, "You can't go! You promised you would sort out all this stuff with the trade across for Targos."
Husbands, am I right?
I'm not married to this fucker.
Oh,
why not? What the catch?
yeah, he's very handsome.
My wife would never allow it.
Maybe she will.
That's a good idea. But anyway, we're already having enough trouble at the moment dealing with fish coming out that's not being bought because of Targos. You can't leave now, Matthew. Aye, all right. Yes, I can't come with you. But I could lead you to the trail at least.
Can I just say, what a beautiful town this is. Simply gorgeous.
It's the best in the whole of 10 towns is what I'll say.
Monsieur, I have a question before we move.
Aye.
The Lonely Wood. Are you familiar with that territory? I know it's just to the north of here, but do you know the wood well?
A little bit. Termalaine's me home, you know, I grew up here. But the Lonely Wood comprises not only of the town Lonely Wood, but also the woods it backs onto. Anyone that lives so close has been at least a little bit in, but I wouldn't go far if I were you.
Have you heard any reports of maybe strange individuals or possibly a hermit taking up residence in a cabin?
He does strike a bell. I'd heard of Some people had made their way north and said something about heading to a cabin somewhere along the river, I think.
Did they happen to say that they thought they could end the winter?
I hadn't heard nothing like that.
Any idea approximately where that might be?
It's a rumor, as best I can say. Along the river, if you follow the river, I think you might find it.
Okay. Thank you, Martin.
You're welcome, laddie. Anyway, Carnelian, roll a stealth check for me, will ya?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Please don't address me like
Carnelian?
that. Whoops, I knocked over your dolphin.
That was the last one. They're extinct now. Oh my god, it's an act of God.
6.
And so, as he's about to wave you on, you see him go, hey, wait a minute. What you got there in your coat?
A child.
That's my son.
That's a weird son you're talking about, and he sort of steps forward.
He's cold, don't open it.
He's sick. Do not go near him. It's infectious.
You're bringing a sick child with you?
We're
To the
keeping him.
mines? You're gonna put them to work, give them the black lung?
We heard that there's something up there that may be of help to him. We're at our wits' end.
Sounds fishy to me.
Carnelian's gonna quickly, hold on a sec.
Okay.
Carnelian's quickly going to... Yeah, so Carnelian is quickly going to whip out, is going to quickly, draw a quick hand. So this has material and somatic components. It is a
Okay.
cantrip called Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And he's going to, so it can create an image of a 5x5 box, 5x5 object.
Okay.
And he's just going to create a little box inside the cart and hide and sit inside it.
All right. Sure. So what happens is, you reserve the right to look at any goods coming into the town, and he whips the cover off where Carnelian's hiding. Now this would normally be, say, a spell save to investigate, right?
Yeah, it's an investigation check. It's an illusion.
Okay. I shall make an investigation check then.
Oh my god, our son is gone.
Trevor!
Where is he? He must have fallen out along the way. We must go quickly.
What's the DC?
The DC is 13.
Oh my god, you've lost your son!
No, maybe he's in the box.
I open the box then! And he puts his hand in.
You can't open it. Don't ask questions.
I ain't heard nothing. make a deception check.
Oh, please don't
Spell.
make me. What kind of check?
Deception.
Togepi? Is that you?
10.
He cocks one eyebrow and reaches into the box. What the hell's going on? And he can see through it. And then he grabs Carnelian out and lifts him up.
My boy.
Put him down!
Hey, what you smuggling a clobot in here for?
That's the condition. That's why he's sick.
I don't want to hear any more of your lies.
We're
lassie.
taking him back to his people. He's turned back into a kobold.
Oi!
I'm terribly sorry. My companions have been maybe stretching the truth a little.
It's been a long stretch for me, lad.
No, I'm just a little. See?
I'll stretch you out. It's your people that have driven my workers from their mine.
And? I'm not associated with them.
How do I know that?
Because I said so?
He's with us. We can vouch for him.
Yes.
I came from the spine.
Make a persuasion check.
Can we help him?
Yes, you can.
In what fashion?
Well, actually, if you're going to give advantage for this roll, I want to know what you say, and I'm going to decide whether it's good enough for advantage.
Tell the truth, we met in Good Mead. Carnelian is from the spine. He is in no way associated with these kobolds. He's from a completely different nest.
To tell you the truth, we're helping some aliens fix their spaceship.
Yeah, the full disclosure, aliens spaceship.
Okay, I was on board for the spine, and then the fuck is aliens?
No, don't say that.
Svieta?
Fuck no. I'm not saying anything more.
Roll flat. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm pretty good at these. 22.
He puts Carnelian down on the sled and releases him. And gives you a long, hard look. Well, perhaps you'll bring some inside knowledge into dealing with this. I want all of them out of there, you hear? You'd better deal with your people, right?
They're not my people.
They are now. All right, come with me. He starts heading east from here, along these houses, and you can see he sort of picks a back row, and he starts leading you between the houses and eventually the Lonely Wood, so you can see the Lonely Wood on your left and the back of the town on your right. He seems to have lost some of his conversational attitude after seeing Carnelian. And you can see if Carnelian hasn't been hidden away again, a lot of townsfolk sort of give you a bit of a dirty look, shall we say. You see them talking amongst each other. Eventually, he leads you to what looks like a well enough trod trail, but it's not a road. So obviously, things come to and from here enough to put a deep groove in the earth and perhaps keep it clear enough for a very obvious direction to go. But it's not paved and it's not very clearly constructed. Follow the trail, you'll eventually get to the mine. And once you sort it all out, come back to me. I'll probably be around the Blue Clam or somewhere along the docks. And we'll sort it out from there.
And when we do come back, you owe our friend an apology.
If you can get rid of the kobolds, sure.
I'll hold you to that.
Aye, all right. Get going then.
You better put the kettle on. This will be over quickly.
Yeah, keep
And I
it
put out a firm handshake towards him.
He takes it, and you hear him squeeze with his orc strength.
I squeeze back.
with your wooden strength.
My next tempting.
What's your actual strength score?
Oh, massive. You don't want to know.
18 minus 10.
-1.
You start feeling the pressure of his handshake, and it's just that kind of really jerky handshake of someone that's trying to establish some sort of dominance. Eventually, he lets go.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, I'm fine. Let's go.
He turns back and he walks away, and you start heading down.
Oh, that's Svieta, the crystal detector.
Oh, right. I'll pull out the detector. Because I would have started in town. Is it still going off same pace or quicker?
It's still making that very slow staticky where you are at the edge of town right now, but you feel like maybe it's a bit quicker than it was before.
Seems to be the right direction.
Alright. Let's hope, obviously as we go, keep it out so that we can listen for the tempo increase as we get closer.
Is it loud? Maybe we do want to store it.
It's it's about the same as, say, a Geiger counter would be the best analogy. Just in our real world, if you wanted a comparison. Yeah,
It's not too bad. I'll put it in my hood.
So just so close enough so you can hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. You start walking down. You walk for about 20 minutes, and Svieta, you notice as you're going along the intensity of which that clicking sound and that from the device is getting more intense. You are closing in on whatever it is you're looking for.
Do we see the cave entrance or the mine entrance at all?
Not yet.
Speaking up, faster sound noises.
Excellent.
Sounds like we're on the right path.
I guess we'd probably have to have a light for you, wouldn't we?
Yes, I think we have cantrips and what have you.
Yeah, someone has a light cantrip.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We both do. I think we're good.
As you're approaching this part of the trail, it seems to veer off slightly into the Lonely Wood and maybe cuts through it slightly to get to its destination. So you'd have trees on both sides. You follow it in?
Yeah, I'll have an active perception against any dangerous wildlife or trails of dangerous wildlife that might be around.
Okay.
Even if we're going into the trees, there's still a distinct path.
There is still a distinct path that you're following. It hasn't petered off or anything like that. Obviously, at this point of the path, it cuts through the woods, at least for a little bit. So you're looking out. Is that a perception check?
More survival for...
Okay. Yep.
tracks.
That sounds good to me.
16.
16. So you start heading through this part of the forest, and it's almost like a canopy that's that you're walking in, and it encapsulates you almost entirely. It's like walking into a cave made of wood, of like forest and wood, and it starts to hem in on either side. You notice the sounds mostly to your left, but occasionally to your right, of birds chirping. You can see evidence of deer tracks, like this, like deer trails that sometimes curve off from where you are and make their way into the forest. So it sounds like there's a bit of activity.
Okay. But no, like, canine paws, a bear or anything like that?
You don't see anything at the moment.
Deer trails, whoa. Every day we're out there making deer trails.
Whoa!
Now you can keep going.
Alright. You continue on for another 20 minutes. Now the forest is kind of thick on either side, and Svieta, since you said you were looking for it specifically, ahead of you, you do pick up some wolf tracks.
Wolves.
Are they your blood brothers? I don't know what a wolf does.
I'm a cat.
Oh, yeah. Oh yes. Let's go. I'll just walk ahead.
Okay. Bye?
Yeah, dog tracks. Eyes open, people.
Anything else you want to do? Or just continue moving on?
Just keep going.
The weak sunlight sends shafts of light streaming down into the trail ahead of you. And as you make your way around a corner and over a slight rise, you stop in your tracks as ahead of you, maybe 50 feet away, you can see a very large wolf. It is all white. It is at least the size of a large creature. And the white fur, which spikes out all over it, seems to start as fur, and then at the very edges and the tips, it seems to turn into icicles and sort of spread out from the body. And you can see from its mouth there's falling little spouts of snow and frost. And as it sees you, it locks eyes and throws its head back for a long howl. Find out next week on Reflex Save.
How long does it howl for? We'll have to find out next week.
Still going.
I just walk up. Come.
Okay.
You just like pick her up and like a plank,
Grabbed.
hold her,
Yeah,
hold her
right.
under an arm and carry her inside.
I grabbed Svieta. She didn't like it though. Actually, that's fucking up.